My name is Antares Hoffman. Um, I am an environmental science major who's currently helping out in the isotope lab on campus. Um, as for why I have dedicated myself to this, I've had a lot of instances in my life where the environment is very important to me, such as having hippies as parents. And furthermore, I just grew up with nature around me at all times, and the importance of such was really uh, hammered into me as a child. On top of that, after my mom's passing due to uh, higher heat and the urban heat island effect, it definitely has given me a bigger boost in order to keep on going with all of this. A couple of things that are to know is that we have a pretty large amount of salinity within our local waters. This is due to a lot of waste just being dumped into the bay. And on top of that, that would be worsened by the desalination plant that is going to be, that's being proposed right now to the city council. Some of the things about this desalination plant that we should take into account of is that it's not actually for the people, it's for industries and businesses. For example, it's for like all of the big gas companies and oil companies in order to desalinate the water and then um, flush it through in order to act as a cooling agent for their equipment. And they would just be releasing all of that salinity into like just the area around here, which would lead to the water just having it would destabilize the entire environment and also would probably lead to higher concentrations of trace metals, methane, and a couple other things. Another thing to take into account is that in the coastal bend area, we've done a lot of work to try and preserve it, but in the same sense, we've also been destroying it slowly but surely. Another example can just be seen with like the amount of basically poop bacteria in our waters. There is a large amount of it, and that's probably due to wastewater and how that is gone about. Another just small issue that should also be brought up is the fact that Lake Corpus Christi, which is where we get a lot of our water from, is becoming more brackish as well as just overall drying up. Um, some environmental efforts are definitely the desalination plant, as I already said. They really don't want that to become a thing, and they think if they do it, that the water should be dispelled further away from the coast in order for the coastal area to not be as destabilized. As for local within the local area that I've kind of helped with, um, I have surveyed primary production by testing for chlorophyll B, I believe, and that basically the amount of chlorophyll by using I believe it's a spectrometer, um, allows you to know how much primary production is being produced. That's in like the Nueces River and so on and so forth, and that needs to be monitored in order for us to have a better understanding of how how much production is being had in the local area and if it's diminishing or possibly increasing due to anthropogenic effects. This can be both a good and a bad thing because it can lead to hypoxia. And that's basically just where water becomes too deoxygenated and it gets to a point where like fish kills can happen and algal blooms such as red tides. But yeah, that's kind of something that I try and help out with if I can. I think just in general, it's been noted in multiple research papers that the reason why, let's say like the plastic pollution issue, the reason why that is such a big issue is because people are very ignorant towards it. So they don't understand exactly what the impacts are, where you can see it. So definitely, when it comes to all forms of science and all forms of helping out with it, you have to know what the issue is, and then you also have to know how to fix it. So definitely, the average person should increase their knowledge in all aspects that are pertaining to conservation in total. And humans are pretty lazy as a whole, me included, as well as a lot of other people I know. So to say like you have to really make a big effort is crazy, but definitely make an effort that if you see trash inside the road, pick it up. Use less water when you shower. Don't shower as long. Couple other things is going to city councils and seeing what they're doing. I know a lot of people, and one of my friends works as a environmentalist, basically just trying to get that desalination plant not running. And she tries her best by going to all of those city council meetings and defending basically the environment as a whole. So if you have the ability to do that and you have the time, then you should definitely try it.
My name is Mason Martin. I think what the average person can do to support environmentalism is definitely recycle on a regular basis and definitely use public transportation when necessary. For example, using the shuttle to go to school, because those are pretty convenient for places like the cottages, Momentum, and other places around here. So I think an easy thing to do would be able to ride public transportation and take advantage of that, because fuel consumption is one of the biggest contributors to things like climate change and other environmental issues. Well, this world is for everybody. I mean, we want to take advantage and leave a better world than what we came into. And to do that, we're going to have to all do our part.